What's good, guys, and welcome to my channel and to what's hopefully the first of many useful videos on tutorials and many other things to do with photography. Now today we're doing 6 beginner mistakes which every photographer makes, even the pros. Now let's get into it. But before we start, I need to do something about this. Much better. Right, tip number 1, these guys, batteries. These guys are so important. Imagine the scenario, right? You're on location, you're on set, taken maybe a few photos, maybe the lighting wasn't that good, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, the sun comes through the clouds and the lighting is just perfect. You go to take the photo, boop, 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 run out of battery, and that perfect photo, which could have made you famous, who knows, that could have been your big break, weren't able to take it because you didn't take an extra battery. So it's always good to take spare batteries with you and never forget to recharge them before you go. Now another thing you should never forget, spare SD cards and memory cards. Just like in the previous scenario, imagine if you went to take that perfect photo and all of a sudden your memory card was full. Now on to tip number 2, making sure to clean your lens. That reminds me. Imagine you go out and you have the perfect day taking photographs. You're on your A game. Everything's gone right. So you get home and you're super excited to go edit these photos. So you get them up on your computer, get up Lightroom, go to edit them. Going through them, and then all of a sudden you realise all of your photos have the same mark on. So you zoom in, and to your despair, a little speck of dust. Now that could all be solved with just one microfiber cloth. Now these are super cheap, get them Amazon, get them anywhere really. Get them free with a pair of glasses. Now on to tip number 3, missing your focus. As beginners, it's quite hard to get your head around autofocusing, so it's always good to start out in autofocus mode, and as you progress, gradually go on to manual focus. Now there are scenarios where manual focusing just isn't possible. For example, if you're shooting sports or other fast moving objects. So always make sure you set your camera to autofocus for that. Now on to tip number 4. That's not 4, is it? Now on to tip number 4, shaky images. Now as beginners, it's really hard to know how to actually take a photo. I know that might sound stupid, but let me explain. When you're taking a photo, right, if your hands are all the way out here and you just got one hand, that's not going to be very stable, is it? Make sure you always have a second hand underneath the lens and bring the camera right into your body. That way you'll get the most stable photos and they won't be blurry or shaky. Another way to stabilize your photos is by using a tripod. Now these are massively useful, especially in scenarios when you're shooting long exposure. Now I'll explain what that is in future videos, so stick around. Another reason for shaky photos that beginners often forget about is the shutter speed, or exposure. The benefit of having your shutter speed set correctly means that anything moving in your image won't be blurry. Moving on to mistake number 5, not using one of these. This is a hard drive, and this is what I use to back up all my files to make sure that I have copies of all of them, so all of my precious photos that I've taken won't be lost. Imagine you're working for a client and they're paying you big money. I'm talking big money. So you go and you take the best photos of your life. So you get home, upload them to your computer and you think, oh, I'll edit them another day and I'll get them sent off. So you come back the next day, go to edit them, and what do you see? File corrupted. So all those amazing photos you took were for nothing. The client's gonna get mad and everything is ruined. Now all of that could have been simply avoided if you just used a hard drive. By backing up on a hard drive, that eliminates any possibility of you losing your images. Now on to the final tip, shooting in RAW. This will make a massive improvement to your images. Now you might be thinking, what does shooting in RAW mean? So let me tell you. Basically, this is a file format which lets your camera to record all the information from the image. I'm talking color, light, exposure, white balance, everything. So when you're editing your photo, you're able to retrieve all that information and edit it to the best of your capabilities. That was 6 mistakes beginner photographers often make and how you could avoid them. If you guys have any other suggestions of what videos I can do to help you guys out, leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.